Welcome to my lesson on multiplying and dividing rational numbers. First thing, what is the difference between integers and rational numbers? Well, that's what we talked about earlier this week when we talked about integers are positive and negative numbers without fractions or decimals. Rational numbers are positive and negative numbers with fractions and decimals included. So all of the numbers we're talking about are rational numbers. That includes integers, but now in this chapter we're focusing on all of the rational numbers, which includes fractions and decimals. So if you remember back, the rules for multiplying and dividing integers were real easy. If you had same signs, your answer was positive. If you had different signs, your answer was negative, and that was true for both multiplying and dividing integers. So that is also going to be true for multiplying and dividing rational numbers. If you have same signs, your answer is going to be positive. If you have different signs, your answer is going to be negative. So to multiply and divide rational numbers, use the same rules for signs as you used for integers. So notice how I have different signs here, so my answer is going to be negative. There's nothing I can cross cancel, so I just multiply straight across, and I get the answer of negative 2 over 21. Second one here, remember to divide fractions, you need to multiply by the reciprocal. So I'm going to have to flip this one over and then I can multiply. So now I have negative 1 over 2 times 9/4. Well, I know my signs are different, so I know my answer is going to be negative. Nothing I can cross cancel, so I just multiply straight across and I get negative 9/8, or that can be simplified to be negative 1 1/8. First example, I'm going to do negative 5 1/5 divided by 2 1/3. Well, first thing, in order to divide fractions, I have to rewrite both of those as improper fractions. So I do 5 times 5 plus 1, which gives me 26/5, and then 2 times 3 is 6, plus 1 is 7/3. Now I'm going to multiply by the reciprocal, so it's going to be 26/5 times 3/7. Then I'd look to see if there's anything I can cross cancel, and I can't. So 26 times 3 is 28, and 5 times 7 is 35. I could take 35 out of 78 twice, and that leaves me with 8/35, but I can't forget these have different signs, so my answer has to be negative. Second example, again, I have to rewrite each of these as improper fractions, so that gives me 3 times 4 is 12, plus 1 more is 13. 8 times 1 is 8, plus 1 more is 9. Then I multiply by the reciprocal, and I look to see if there's anything I can cross cancel, and I can cross cancel the 8 and 4. So then I multiply straight across, and that gives me 26/9. I could take 9 out of 26 two times, and that leaves me with 8/9 left over. Again, these have different signs, so my answer has to be negative. Please pause the video and answer 1 and 2 on your own. To check 1 and 2, you should get 2 2/5 positive for number 1 because it has same signs, positive answer. I had to multiply by the reciprocal, nothing I could cross cancel, and then I simplified 12/5 to be 2 2/5. This one I had to rewrite as an improper fraction. Then I multiplied by the reciprocal. I was able to cross cancel the 3's, and that gave me 1/8, but this one has different signs, so it has to be negative. Remember, rational numbers also involve decimals, so you can use a calculator to multiply 2.5 times 3.6. They, of course, have different signs, so my answer would be negative 9. Using a calculator again, 4.8 times 5.2 is 24.96, but because these have same signs, my answer is going to be positive. Please pause the video and answer these two on your own. To check, you should get negative 9.18 for the first one. You should get positive 3.78 for the second one. Next example, you'll see I'll be multiplying more than 2 rational numbers. Well, one thing that I recognize in this problem, and I can use the commutative property and associative property to do, is to rearrange numbers that work well with each other. So I decided to move negative 1/7 times negative 7 and answer that part first. Well, negative 1/7 times negative 7 simplifies to just give me 1. So then I'm just left with 1 times 4/5, which gives me my positive answer of 4/5. You can pause the video and answer each of these on your own. Then to check these two, once again, I rearrange those two to be next to each other, and negative 2/3 times 3 over 2 simplifies to be negative 1 because they have different signs. Then negative 1 times 7 and 7/8 will simplify to be negative 7 and 7/8 because they have different signs, negative answer. This one, you could rearrange and put these two next to each other, or you could rearrange and put these two next to each other, but when you figure out your answer, you should get a positive 72. All right, next up, a real-life application. An investor owns stocks A, B, and C. What is the mean change in the value of the stocks? Well, to calculate the mean, you have to add all these up and then divide by how many stocks there are. So first thing that I did was add the two negatives together, so the same signs, add and keep, and that gave me an answer of negative 460.91. Then I added this different sign one of 127.28, different sign, so I had to subtract and use the sign of the bigger number. That gave me negative 333.63. I divided that by 3, and my mean change was negative 111.21. For the on your own question, they added a stock D with this amount. So I took this number here and I added the positive for stock D. Those had different signs, so I had to subtract, and now I have a new sum of 234.6. Then I divided it by 4 because now I have 4 stocks, and that gave me a mean change value of $58.65. Okay, now you should get started on your BigIdeasMath.com homework assignment. And the first question says, how is multiplying and dividing rational numbers similar to multiplying and dividing integers? And the answer we talked about is the same rules for signs of integers are applied to rational numbers. Next question, it says find the reciprocal of negative 2/5, and the reciprocal is negative 5 over 2. For some reason, the website makes you put the negative with the top number, but technically the negative could go either with the top or the bottom, but this website makes you put it with the top number. And this question says, tell whether the expression is positive or negative without evaluating. Well, because they have same signs, your answer would be positive. Thanks for watching.